Ladies and gentlemen, part 2 of the Green Teamers podcast. We like to call this the Burning Thoughts edition.
Welcome back.
We're here, ready to bring you a pre-roll of the day. Shout out to Mayflower Medicals out in Boston, Mass.
Austin, Mass, more specifically.
Technically, yeah, you know.
But yes, Boston, Mass.
And this is usually Ernie's go-to when it comes to dispensaries in Mass, right?
That it is. It's close to my house, and I think their quality is also above what I have in my area. So ultimately, they are my go-to.
Prices aren't too crazy?
No, I think they're the cheapest for what you get. So I guess the best bang for your buck.
Okay.
This is a 1 gram, like a full gram pre-roll for $12.
And their pre-rolls don't canoe. They don't give you any sort of like nasty shake.
So they claim they're made from real flour, like real nug, not the end of the bag, whatever's left over.
Okay.
But I will say, I recently, for Christmas, they had this Christmas deal where it was 10 pre-rolls for like 60, maybe $70.
Oh shit.
So they came out to about $7 each. And so I have 10 of them, and I'm still making my way through them. But my point is, I've smoked 5 of them, including this will be my 5th.
Okay.
Of the 4 that I've actually smoked, 2 of them were clogged, so they actually were very hard to pull, and I felt like I was pulling nothing, but the joint was still burning.
Oh, that shit bugs the crap. That's one main reason why I hate pre-rolls. I don't like looking at it. I don't like looking at the blunt burning, and you're not getting any sort of pull or hit out of it. Now I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, yo, this is weed being burnt right now.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. And it's funny because these are actually, well, those 2 that didn't pull, those were actually the first 2 that haven't pulled for me since I've gone to Mayflower. I've had friends who have gotten joints that haven't pulled, so this was my first experience with it. And now it's just kind of like, was that sale just a get rid of what they had left over, or
do you think it didn't pull because it was a bad batch of bud, or do you think it was because they just filled it too much with
Yeah, I feel like it's possible. Maybe it just ended up being like a quick run, just get what's left over type thing. And maybe I don't know how you clog a joint with a machine,
right? So
like I said, I don't know what the case may be, but it's annoying, especially with 2 out of the 4 that I've smoked so far.
Yeah, you're smoking
have clogged. So this one's kind of up in the air, you know. Which, by the way, let's break this thing open.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, what kind of strain are we smoking on?
This is a hybrid called Nukem.
Duke Nukem. Shout out to those who know that video game.
Comes in at 23.88 total THC, so pretty much 24.
That's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid number there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And you might have to check one of our earlier videos, but it's possible we've had this before.
I believe in one of the earlier episodes, probably episode 4 or 5, we definitely smoked on some Nukem.
But yeah, like I said, they're kind of my best bang for your buck, because
for your dollar
the
is all you need.
Pre-rolls out here are what, 18 for the full gram?
Yeah, for the full gram, they're pillaging you. Yeah, fucking ridiculous. They almost force you to buy an eighth, and when it comes to the eighths, if you can't find one for street value price, then you're gonna end up paying $50 to $60 for a tray 5. So always remember that. Dispensaries are nice to have, but a lot of times you're better off just going to your trustworthy.
It's funny because
plug.
I love to roll. Like, I personally like to roll my weed that I smoke. Just something about rolling.
I feel that.
But I never get bud, like nugs, from the dispensary. I always only get pre-rolls.
Oh, you won't buy nugs from the dispensary?
Couldn't tell you the last time I did.
So where do you buy your nugs?
From Maine.
Okay.
And all I get here are, like I said, these $12. I usually get them when they're 2 for $20. So technically they're 10 each.
Okay, so
but we've bought them when we split them. It's only $6 each, so it's not bad.
no. So you'll go to the dispensaries up in Maine and actually buy some legit flower up there. Okay, I feel that.
That's where the bud from the past couple weeks that we've been from Paul's Boutique. Shout out Paul's Boutique.
Oh, okay.
They were up in Maine, and I thought they were a good choice. I will be back.
Maine's no joke. $100 ounces. They're really giving those out. Now, take it for what it is. But $100 ounce, it's enough for me to be like, all right, let me check it out. That really everybody's growing it out there, so it's in massive quantity, and they already know what they're growing up there is enough to feed us up here, down here, because before that we were relying on everything coming from California. There's no need for that anymore. Maine is the prime
I'm wondering
spot.
if it's possible if Massachusetts-based cannabis companies are kind of eyeing Maine and noticing that they're losing a lot of profit there.
I think so. I think, if anything, if there's one thing Massachusetts is probably upset about, is the fact that they're losing out in terms of money that they can tax.
Mm-hmm.
Because if, like, for example, if you're willing to take the trip all the way up to Maine, which ain't that far of a trip, but just saying, if you're willing to take a trip to Maine to pick up bud as opposed to buying from dispensaries already in your own state, then that does say something. And if they notice that there's an influx of people doing it, then that'll also catch their eye, and they'll be like, all right, so what's the reasoning behind that?
Because just imagine, I mean, I couldn't even guess a number, but I know the tax revenue coming from cannabis is crazy high,
Right?
A lot higher than alcohol. So that's with money being lost, So to your point, all of us who have been going up to Maine, if we start spending money here, imagine those profits.
Exactly. The problem is, as liberal as we are down here, well, the problem is we're a fucking liberal state. So, sure, we're allowed like recreational use of the marijuana and shit, but it still falls under the scheduled class drugs. Same with guns. Like, they make shit hard for you to sort of
the fuck is that?
Get something on your own going, or just really have your own business or any type of anything for yourself, ways to protect yourself. Any of those type of means, Massachusetts makes it hard for you to accomplish or achieve.
Have you tried getting a license to carry?
Oh, I'm planning on getting one within the next month or two.
Gotcha.
I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'm excited for that, but at the same time, I'm already sort of.
How's the process so far?
The process, I know I just need what you have to do is just mail in $100. Well, send them $100, fill out the application. You need to take the 30-40 hour course or something.
Of like gun training?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or 10-hour course, I mean. What am I saying? 10-hour course.
Mm-hmm.
Gun training,
Have
gun
you-
safety.
Have you seen that video? It's of a gun instructor who's like showing how to hold the gun.
Oh, yeah,
he's,
and
like,
all the
pointing
dudes
it,
who try to...
And no, the gun goes off, and then the guy recording's like, "Did you mean to do that?" And the instructor was like, "Yeah, totally."
44 Magnum, you can shoot it single action. It's a nice light trigger pull.
Did you mean to do that?
Yeah.
But you can clearly tell he didn't mean for that to go off.
Oh, no, I never saw that one.
The video's funny. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you afterwards.
I
but-
thought you were talking about that security dude or cop dude who tries to show people self-defense moves against the guns. And there was this one dude who he tried to show you how to protect yourself from the gun, and then the gun, and he still ended up shooting the
Oh, okay. I think I've seen
the
that.
officer with the gun.
I might have seen that one, but that's funny. Yeah, that's the thing, man. No matter how much karate or jiu-jitsu or mixed martial arts, someone's got a gun. They got an advantage to a degree.
You gotta at that point you need to sort of understand life skills. Like, all right, at this point, what do I got to do to stay alive? Listen, do I have to give him what he wants? If he wants your wallet, this, that, and the third, motherfucker, just give him your wallet, this, that, and the third. If you don't have a means to protect yourself the best way possible. Give them what they want. That's plain and simple. But my main point being, Maine, when it comes to the marijuana, they got it on lock. and they're about to get this summer popping. Especially Wicked Baked Edibles. Shout out to Wicked Baked Edibles. Give them a quick shout out. Check them out. We got great product. They are also a sponsor of the show. They have some really great product. They're based out in Maine as well. If you ever take a trip out to Maine, visit the Maine Apothecary.
Is that the name of their
That's
store, or that's where they are sold at?
That's one of the shops that they sell their products at.
Gotcha.
Definitely check out the Apothecaries up in Maine. They do carry some of Wicked Baked Edibles products, especially out in the Lewiston area.
Shout out Lewiston. They got great bud up there. That's normally where I go pick up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm familiar. Well, I can't say I'm familiar with the area that I go to, but
pick up.
That's just from the GPS. So I don't actually get to like venture out into Maine and check out the local scene.
The local Walmart.
Oh yeah, that is true. There ain't much up there. I'll say that. It's kind of lonely up there.
Yeah, that's why you need a gun. But I feel
it's a lot easier up there too.
Oh, it is way easier. You can literally just all you need is an ID, I believe. But I feel you on this is the might have to throw this one in the list.
For
not pulling.
Gotcha. It's getting there.
Yeah. Like
how far are we?
Even
halfway through, maybe.
Yeah, a little more than halfway through. I was starting to notice that. It's a little funny.
I don't know.
No?
They kind of hit there.
What? Yeah, am I tweaking? Yes and no. It is a little bit.
Maybe you gotta pull not as hard for longer.
Pause.
But if it's not, that is not looking good for Mayflower's case right now.
No, I'm not kidding. It's pulling a little funny, Mayflower. What's good with y'all?
Is this why you give your patients deals? Is this what you try and convince us? Spend a little extra money.
We expect quality.
Yeah, I can see why. I can see why you think it's clogged. It's definitely not like it pulls to a point.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you kind of just have to keep pulling.
Right.
While it's stuck.
You catching my drift. You catching my drift. I feel like what we need to do soon, we need to have like a power hour sort of a deal where we have like a bong lined up and then a bowl lined up and then the dab lined up and then fucking the strain of the day lined up. And then within that quick just first 30 seconds to a minute, rip the bong. I rip the bong. You rip the bong. You hit the dab. I hit the dab. And then the third one being the blunt, that introduced the show, you know what I mean? Like that'd be, and then we'll see how high we are and where our mind takes us for that conversation. I feel like we won't even be able to have a podcast because motherfuckers would be high as fuck.
So you're saying a dab, a bong rip, and a hit from like the joint?
No, I smoke. The joint would be the joint, the blunt. That would be the third thing we smoke, but that's the like we do now, just going through the podcast.
Gotcha.
So the first two would be like those quick, like within that first 3-4 minutes, we power shot them shits. Like,
gotcha.
You clear a bowl, I clear a bowl, I clear a bong, you clear a bong, and then clear a dab rig, you clear a dab rig.
Gotcha.
Like,
okay.
We got to start this. We got to start the podcast in space.
Get us to 25 subscribers. We got to start somewhere. So get us to 25, and I'm down for that regardless. See where that goes.
Remember that dude who used to fucking upload YouTube videos where he would just do nothing but get stupid high all day?
Like that 25 dabs in a row?
Yeah, like shit like that.
Shout out Custom Grow 420. That's who we're talking about.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
25 dabs in a row was ridiculous, crazy. I felt bad for him after like the 6th dab, 7th dab.
Yeah, I don't know how you managed that. I would have puked.
Yeah.
Like
it's just a point where there's no oxygen.
No, you smokers know when you smoke, you hit that sort of plateau. I feel like he hit that plateau at like dab hit number 5. So at the last 15, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you really achieving? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Gotta do it for the feds.
What is he doing now?
I don't know. That's a good. If you know what he's doing, comment down below. He might even still be on YouTube.
Yeah, right. Well, if YouTube hasn't monetized or taken
Well,
down,
that's what there are a lot of like OG weed YouTubers,
right?
Who lost their account.
Right.
There used to be a handful of people who had steady accounts going.
Yeah, they actually used to just let them. I don't know if they got paid for this shit. They probably didn't, but YouTube now, they're really being sticklers with this shit. They aren't allowing anything.
Yeah.
And what was the you said there's a like an Instagram, like a weed type of Instagram?
Check out our WeedTube is coming. It's actually weedtube.com.
Weedtube.com. Okay.
And it's a YouTube style hosting site.
Is it picking up steam?
It's fairly popular, yeah.
Okay.
I'd say among like Instagram weed people. And,
they have a weed tube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That must explain how they have all these followers and this, that, and the third.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. But no, I know the WeedTube actually allows certain channels to actually get money from ads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's a weed-based hosting site, so they have like weed ads.
Okay.
So if you whatever requirements,
raw paper can end up.
Yeah, possibly a whole bunch of like glass website. Yeah, and I don't know what the requirements are, but as soon as you hit those, I'm sure those weed ads start popping up at the beginning of your video or during your video.
Smooth.
So like I said, we'll look into that and check us out on WeedTube.
We'll have a LinkedIn created so that way you can follow all our content pages. Mm-hmm. Because once we start getting somewhere, I feel like putting our audio at least on a platform like Anchor, or hell, if we were even that good, Spotify, something like that. Like, I feel like that would be
Yeah, but I feel like if we're on Anchor and we're just doing a voice podcast, let us know what you guys would want us to talk about, because at that point I think we need to
multiple sort of.
Yeah, we need an actual topic of the day or stuff to get an actual conversation flowing rather than a free thought conversation.
Okay, you think the free thoughts
the free thought we can do, but based off of an actual topic.
Okay. Audio wise, you think it'd be better if we actually had like a...
So like I said, leave a comment for that as well if you guys are watching, what you think would be a good idea.
Yeah, let us know. And if you haven't realized, we're higher
than normal.
Yeah. Way higher than normal. I will say, I don't know what it is. I feel like this blunt isn't pulling the way it should.
Yeah.
But it's definitely hitting the way it should. Like... I have this rolled up too. It's a fucking jelly bean. Same jelly bean we smoked on last week's episode of the Burning Thoughts, I believe. Check that out before you watch this one. But we smoked that last week as well. But we decided to just switch it up and go with the pre-roll because shit, I want to give us something to talk about. Gave us something to talk about because I'm smoking this shit now and I'm actually, taste-wise, how I feel. This is better than the first one we smoked. What was the first one we smoked? Like
the joint for the other video?
Yeah.
That was a mix of some Crockett Crunch and Mac 1.
Backwood.
Yeah.
I'm digging this blood a lot more.
Gotcha. More potent?
Way more. It's definitely more potent.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely more potent.
Like, it's getting me stuck. It's getting me stuck to the point where, you know how a couple weeks back we were talking about there are certain types of buds you can smoke and it gets that creative mindset, your creative juices flowing. Mm-hmm. This one doesn't do that. That's almost the opposite.
Like, trying to get the car going, like, with no power, and it's just like just like jumping forward, and then you just hit a wall.
Dead ass. Ooh.
Yeah, it would definitely be a better smoke if it was just smooth,
right,
all the way through. But
I think that would be
definitely potent.
I would give that blunt an absolute. No, I wouldn't give it a perfect score, but in terms of how it smokes, I would give it a better score if you rolled it or I rolled it. But just based off of the fact that they pre-rolled it, I don't like the way they pre-rolled it because it doesn't pull the way I like.
So let's end this video with the final score, Marvin. Out of 10, what are you giving it?
Overall,
Overall,
I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5.
But that's only because of the way it pulls. The smoke, the overall feeling, like how high it gets me, I would give that an 8.5 to a 9.
Gotcha.
Because it's some really great, but y'all fucked up with the pre-roll.
I'm gonna give it a solid just 8. That's considering that it's clogged, but I think the overall potentness just does it justice. Again, if one of us rolled it, it would have smoked better.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're definitely right. Look at me, stuck on my thoughts. But
Burning thoughts.
shout out the Duke up.
Duke
Thank you guys for walking. Thank you guys
Walking.
for watching. Peace.